Hi, I'm Dr. Bart and I'm a Senior Product Manager at Microsoft. Today, I want to answer a question whether you should or should not invest the big amount of money that product school is asking for the course and eventual certificate. So, few disclaimers here. Technically, I'm their competitor because I also have my own product management course on Udemy. And the course that I've taken with them was not something that I paid out of my own pocket. It was a training organized by Microsoft. It's so good to have an employer that does that for its employees. But there is a chance that the course I've taken is different from the course that is being offered on the website. So it was more adjusted to the corporate setting. At the same time, I don't think that this course gathered the right students, because there were people who were already product managers like myself. There were people who had more experience than even the instructors. So not a lot of people learned quite a lot during that course. So this is a thing that weighs on this review. With that out of the way, and with cat in the way of camera, we can proceed to the actual review. So the course was around 5 sessions, I think 6 hours each, and like many courses, it followed the course of an increment or a product idea throughout its life cycle, from like the initial vision towards the implementation and choosing analytics metrics to measure the change that was introduced to the product. This approach is one I don't like. This is the thing that you can see in most of the courses and the one that I didn't really follow in my work. The reason for that is that you miss a lot of details about day-to-day work as a product manager, and those courses give you good fundamentals on how the process works, but not how you should work. But that might be my personal preference. The course that follows this process is intertwined with practical exercises where you develop your increment, like obviously not in terms of working with developers, but discussing different elements of building an increment, to verify the idea, to choose the metrics, to present some kind of a process flow. Those different elements that product manager will encounter in his or her day-to-day life. The presentation is done in a very good way. The slides are easy to follow. The narration is easy to follow. Obviously, it will differ from instructor to instructor, but in the end, it's something that everyone should be able to follow and learn from. Every student will get product school's materials at the end of the course, and with that, that's basically it. There's not much to cover. I can't really say anything bad about the content itself. It's very competent. You can see that a lot of hours and experts put a lot of goodwill, great knowledge into building a complete product management course, which misses a few details in regards to this practical element of finding the job as product manager. At least the course we had didn't have anything about building the right resume, about where to look for a job, how to perform well on a job interview. It was very good preparation to what happens when you actually land the job and how in theory you should proceed, without telling you about different edge cases like what to do with a disappointed stakeholder, how to make sure that the team is on board with your ideas, like just what you are supposed to do, that will actually most likely happen to you. Obviously, this is a live training, so you have the benefit of asking questions, of making sure that any exercise you do is confronted with the instructor. However, it's a bit at least for me, it felt a bit rushed, that there was too many people on the training to actually give a proper focus to individuals' work that was always part of the group. So there were, I think, 6 or 7, maybe 8 groups, up to 4 or 5 people each. So it all muddled down. It wasn't anything like one-to-one experience where you get evaluated in detail and you know what you did wrong and what you did right personally. Given all that, it begs the question: should you pay $4,500 to enroll to this course and earn their certificates? This is where I have to say hard no. A very, very strong no. This isn't worth this amount of money. Product managers will ultimately need to look for best value at the minimum cost with the minimum risk. You have a good value, you have medium risk, more on that later, but definitely this is not the lowest cost. This is probably the highest cost you can invest to be trained as a product manager. The product school's course costs $4,500 to enroll, and there aren't any guarantees. Obviously, this is a course that finishes with a certificate that, as any other certificate issued by a private company, probably has no value. Obviously, just like with stocks, it has as much value as someone is willing to give it. Don't kid yourself. If you don't have proper experience and proper skills to demonstrate, certificate alone won't give you your dream product manager job. You will still have to put a lot of work. You will still have to process the material. This is just a tool. The problem with this particular expensive tool is that there's nothing that you can't find online for free or on any other much cheaper course. And that will apply to Udacity courses, that will apply to Udemy courses. You can probably find private product managers that give you much better deals. This is not a forbidden knowledge. This is knowledge gained from years of experience of particular product managers, and there's a lot of us willing to share, whether it's for free or for, well, 2 zeros less in the end. And I don't want you to be disappointed. You will invest a lot of cash and not get what you want. You don't pay $4,500 to get a job. No, you pay that to get knowledge that you can get for much cheaper, regardless of the prestige, regardless of the quality and end-to-end process that creates this course. So, to summarize, this is a very expensive course that gives you what others will give you for much less, and in the end, it's still up to you to consolidate that knowledge and make it into something that will be acceptable by your future employers and that will validate you as a potential product manager. And if you are already a product manager, there's no point doing this course. You will lose time, money, and it's always the experience that determines whether you will get that job or not. So be a product manager. Find that best value for the minimum investment at the minimum risk. And speaking of free materials, there's lots of those in the channel that will help you become a great product manager. And if you like this video, if you like this channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.